let's get started. And in the opening match, we had a fatal four-way for the United States Championship, as we had the champion, Jacob Fatu, defending his title against Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight. Yeah. And this was a whole hell of a lot of fun. Very, very fast-paced match here. Extremely fast-paced, actually. But yeah, great stuff. Throughout this match, there were three spots in particular that I loved. The first one was when Drew was in the Tree of Woe, and then he threw Jacob Fatu over him, but Jacob Fatu just kept going and then just had a whole bunch of moves onto Damian and LA Knight, so that was great. The second spot was when they all had their finishers on each other. I thought that was really well done. And of course, how could I not mention when Damian gave Drew the South of Heaven off of the platform onto a table in the crowd, which looked really awesome, but at the same time very brutal. I think I saw on Twitter that Drew is getting checked on because he hit the concrete a bit too hard with his head, so I do hope he's okay there. And finally, I have to talk about my boy Jeff Cobb making his WWE debut. Very excited to see. I'm a huge Jeff Cobb fan. I have been for a long time now. And it is kind of ironic because Jeff Cobb is not Samoan. He is Filipino, so he's not technically. Well, he's not part of the bloodline, but it really doesn't matter, to be honest. But yeah, we did get a stare down between Jeff Cobb and Jacob Fatu, which I marked out for. That was awesome to see. So I'm very, very curious of where this leads to. Oh, and by the way, where the hell is Hikuleo? Where is that guy? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I wish I did, because I do want to see Hikuleo on my screen again. He was, at first, I didn't think much of a Hikuleo. I thought he was very mid, not that great in the ring, but he did improve, so I'm guessing he's still at the Performance Center. Maybe he got an injury, I don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of odd that there's still no Hikuleo, and I think he is Samoan. I'm pretty sure he is, I think, or part of that family. So yeah, it's very odd, but anyways, super excited to see Jeff Cobb, and this match was awesome. And next up, we had for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, the champion Lyra Valkyria defended her title against Becky Lynch. So I thought that this match was really good, but I do have a problem with it. I felt that Lyra was booked a bit too strong against Becky Lynch. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that she won. I thought that was the right result, but Lyra kicking out of not one, but two manhandle slams. I don't know, this is not believable to me, especially for the second one, because Becky first threw it into the turnbuckle at first, and then she had the manhandle slam. I was like, really? And also, it kind of felt like a repeat of what they did for the first manhandle slam spot, where Lyra kicked down, then Becky just started beating up on her. I don't know, it just felt a bit too repetitive to me. So like I said, the match was really good. They both fought hard in this match, but yeah, I thought the booking was a bit eh. And then we had for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, the champion Dominic Mysterio defended his title against Penta, and this was good. I do feel like these two were holding back a little bit. I feel there's a better match in them, but this was still fine. The ending was not, though, because we had interference from El Grande Americano to cost Penta the match, which is always lame to see on a pay-per-view or a PLE, that type of finish, but no, it is what it is. It makes sense in storyline. Yeah, right decision here. Dominic retained, and my gosh, he was over with this crowd, which I'm glad to see that his him being over with the fans is still continuing, so that's really cool to see. Dominic has a very, very bright future ahead of him, and he's definitely a future, well, he kind of is a star right now, so yeah. And in the semi-main event, we had McAfee versus Gunther. Alright, so I thought this was really well booked, except for the finish. And except for the fact that Pat McAfee was booked way too fucking strong. Like, I thought Lyra Valkyria was booked strong, but my gosh, Pat McAfee, he should not have been, like, breaking out of Gunther's submission holds that easily. And, like, this match, how long did this match go? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So this match went 14 minutes. No. It should have gone, like, below 10 minutes, in my opinion. 14 minutes is way, way too long. Especially against a guy like Pat McAfee, a commentator. Like, I know he's had experience in the ring before, against, like, Adam Cole and whatnot, but come on, seriously, give me a fucking break. But, like I said, this was well booked. I did like it, except Pat McAfee being booked so strongly. The finish, I'm super happy that Gunther won, which obviously he was going to win. But I did not like when Gunther showed respect to Pat McAfee and just left the ring. I felt like he should have, like, kept on beating on to Pat McAfee and, given Michael Cole a powerbomb. I thought that would have been really cool to see, but he didn't. Gunther walked away like a bitch. Just being honest here, that's what it felt like. So, yeah, once again, this was well booked, but the finish sucked, and Pat McAfee, yeah, way too strongly booked. And in the main event, we had for the undisputed WWE Championship, the champion John Cena defended his title against Randy Orton. Alright, so what were my thoughts on this match? If I could use one word, it would be overbooked. And I think that Jeff Jarrett would certainly be proud of this match, given all the ref bumps. But yeah, this was overbooked. But you know what? I was looking forward to this match, even though I've seen all their matches before. I think I actually became a fan when they first started. Yeah, because they first actually started feeling like in 07. Their big feud. So yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen all their matches. And like I said, I was excited to see this match. But then again, if you've seen one Cena versus Orton match, you've seen them all. Like, yeah, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. And overall, besides the overbooking, I don't know. To be honest, I was like zoning out in the first half of this match. It did pick up a little bit in the second half, given all the ref bumps. And then you had the finish, which it made sense, but a low blow, like, come on. I've never been a fan of low blow finishes. I actually got PTSD from Shinsuke and AJ Styles' feud. Ugh, terrible. But yeah, also, by the way, I don't know if it's just me, but I just think that Cena's been just booked really, really weak as a heel. I just expected, like, this very, like, aggressive Cena, but it just feels like he always just cheats to win. And, I don't know. Something is still not clicking with me with heel Cena. The promos are good. I've been enjoying that. But in terms of in-ring, I just haven't enjoyed his in-ring stuff at all. I will say that this match was better than his Cena versus Cody, but that really isn't saying much, in my opinion. Overall, if I had to grade this match alone, I don't know, 5.5 out of 10. I don't know, 6 maybe, because of the crowd. The crowd was really hyped for this match. But yeah, and speaking of the ending, we had R-Truth coming out to stop Orton from punting Cena. Now, I did enjoy that. I think that R-Truth being incorporated into this storyline is really good, because Cena and Truth have a history, and Truth is Cena's #1 fan. And speaking of, Cena actually gave Truth an attitude adjustment through the table at the post-media scrum, so that was really cool to see. So yeah, we're probably going to get a match between Cena and Truth soon. And speaking of matches, I do think Cena and Orton will have another match, so this being advertised as one last time is bullshit. I think so. Yeah, we'll just see where Cena goes from here. I just really hope that his in-ring stuff does get better, because as of now, I'm just not feeling it. And that will do it for my review of Backlash 2025. And overall, this show was good. Yeah, I would just say good. Not great or anything, but good. It did feel really short, which I did hear is because there was some like event coming up after this, so they had to like cut time short a little bit. So that was the reason why. But yeah, this PLE felt very fast-paced, which I don't mind. I do like fast-paced stuff when necessary, but yeah, this pay-per-view just felt really fast-paced to me. But yeah, overall, I would give this show a 7, maybe 7 out of 10. 6.5. No, that's too low. 7. Yeah, I guess 7. Match of the night, definitely the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship. That was a really good match. I highly enjoyed it. And yeah. Yeah, there really isn't much else for me to say about this PLE. Yeah, there really isn't. I guess I'll just end the video here. So, yeah, that will do it for this review of Backlash 2025. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this PLE. And with all that being said, this has been the ASMR Fanatic signing out.